Well, hey guys, I'm doing something totally different this week, and I'm not gonna lie, it makes me nervous because normally on my hump day rambling, I can edit it because I write it and I realize it's too long. And you are gonna get experience the real chaos in my mind that goes on as I ramble through this post. So, first and foremost, hey, if you clicked on this and you're watching it, I want to thank you for being one of my followers, or if you forwarded it, I really appreciate you. I would be remiss today if I didn't talk to you guys about taxes. And I swear to you, this is not a political statement, but I will say this. Having had to write my quarterly taxes for many years now, I think it would really change how people think about money in general if they had to save the money and then write that check to the government every quarter. It is just gosh, when it seeps away, and I was the same way when I worked for someone. When it's going out every 2 weeks, it's not so noticeable. Then you file your taxes, and then you may or may not get a refund. When I was working for someone, I usually got either I was even or I got a refund. And of course now I never get a refund because I'm self-employed and have a business. Um, and now, I'm super jealous of like the Googles and the Amazons of the world because they get all these tax advantages. And as a small business, I basically get none. As a matter of fact, I feel like who totally gets screwed in the USA is small businesses. And you know what? There's more small businesses than there are big organizations. And we employ more people than those big organizations. But I digress. So, I could go and say, like, I really get the whole Boston Tea Party. And I could say that I really agree with the Montana Freeman too, even though they're a little radical. And I don't want to live that kind of survivalist lifestyle because, hello, I need a straightener and I need a blow dryer. And, I really enjoy my creature comforts. But I just think if you thought about it, even if you get that return at the end of the year, think about this. You just gave the government a tax free loan. So look at your withholdings at least at the beginning of this year and don't give the government a free loan because you know what? You are the CEO of your own company and you should keep that money for yourself and use it throughout the year. So, enough about that. I'm going to go on to the second thing. I think I told you guys last week in my ramble that I am doing the Bible in 52 weeks. Wow, I was shocked at the calls that I got and the text I got on that. So that was really interesting. What I'm doing also is I am keeping, because I say it all the time, I'm going to pray for you. And then, I have CRS because I'm over 50. I forget things. So I'm keeping a journal now. So I'm keeping this journal. It's on my desk. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, it's upside down anyway. There we go. So prayer and gratitude. I'm keeping that. Well, yesterday I had a call that goes under the gratitude because it was one of my candidates that I worked with. He's now just my friend, but I brought him into this country, I don't know, like probably 13, 14 years ago. And he said to me, he goes, we just have to be in the same city someday so I can give you a hug and thank you for what you did for my family. And it got me thinking, it gives me goosebumps even as I say this. And I know it's changed his life. I know it's changed his family's life. And recruiting, it can kind of be a kick in the teeth sometimes. And I understand it. There's some shysters out there, there's some bad ones. And some might even say I'm bad because I don't always remember every text and every call and every email. I do my best. And I really try to live under the golden rule of that. But when I hear those things where I made a change in someone's life, man, it makes for every hang up I get, for every person that accepts a counter offer, for every hiring manager that says, we want this, and I find this, and then they say, no, we want this. It makes it all worthwhile because those are the things that really matter. I feel like as a recruiter, what I really get to do is I get to take someone from one situation, which is probably not very good, and I want to put them in a better situation. And you know what? If that isn't meaningful, then I just don't know what is. So that's what's been, rambling around in my head this week. Maybe it's because I'm trying to come from a place of gratitude every day and writing down what I'm grateful for. Like on a personal note, I'm really grateful that my husband makes the coffee every single night. So when I wake up, because I wake up with the chickens at 5 o'clock, I don't do this because I'm a morning person. I do this because I have to roll out from the burrito of being wrapped in the blanket, and I have to insert the caffeine IV, and I have to sit there for about an hour before I become someone that anyone should interact with. And I'm really grateful that he makes coffee every morning and it's there waiting for me. I am grateful for the days of sunshine that we get in the Midwest during the winter. There's not many. It's kind of gloomy today as I look out my office, but I'm grateful for those things. You know what I'm grateful for? I'm grateful at age, 53. I'm so grateful to still have my mom with me in this world, and I am really, really grateful, for my business. I'm grateful for all of you guys. I hope that you find something to be grateful for today. And I know this is really different. And I'm not editing this and I'm not redoing this. I'm doing this in one shot, which is nerve wracking to me because one, I have OCD and I'm a perfectionist. And two, I'm really vain. So I have no idea if I'm going to hate how I look in this video. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But either way, hey, thanks for following me. Thanks for listening to what I think is just babble that I put out every week. And, drop me a note if you took a look at this. Send me a text, send me an email. Hey, send a carrier pigeon. I don't care. Just reach out to me. Hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of the week. And I'll be back with you guys next week, probably in my traditional form, because this is a little nerve wracking for me.